you want to know some questions, you have some questions, and I have some answers. And for that, I'm gonna do a live show where I've been replying to some of the most frequently asked questions about live streaming and content creation. Stay there because I'll be back. Hello, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Substack, and TikTok. It's a pleasure to be here. Just let me play some music while I'm doing this intro. So I hope that you're having so far an amazing week. This is Wednesday, 23rd of July, or July 23rd. It's up to you. So if you are tuning in, feel free to say where are you located, how's the weather there, if you are working, if you are on vacation, if you are, I don't know, in Mallorca, in Brazil, in a nice fancy beach, in Portugal as well. I would love to know. Let's gossip a little bit. So, as you can see over there, this is mainly about live shows. I like to talk about live streaming. I've been live streaming for a little while, and that's why I like to talk about live streaming. By the way, you have also in the video description some links, which most of them, they are affiliate, so you can try my favorite tools, my favorite software. I have included, yes, I have also 3 lists of gear, so you can try and take a look. It depends as well in the stage where you are as in the matter of content creation. Okay, so feel free to take a look. As I said, they are affiliate links. If you buy from there, I will get a small commission. It will be the same price for you, so don't worry about paying more because of my links. No, in some cases you will have some nice deals because you are recommended by me. Feel free to put your questions to take out your anxieties, your doubts, because I'm here to help you. And I'm pleased to do so. Just let me see if I think it's everything okay. So I'm gonna start with some of today I'm gonna I don't used to do this, but today, because I'm gonna have some background music. Okay, not this one. Okay, so let me go to the first question of the audience. So someone asked, and I'm not saying who's asking because you don't have to know. Because this is my live show, I do whatever I want. So the first question is how to deal with excessive comparison with other creators, and this is something that may happen to you. Like you go in, and this is okay. Don't get me wrong. This is not a mistake. Taking a look at other creators to see how they do things, to get some inspiration, to get some ideas. It's perfect. Don't be worried because you're doing so, or don't feel guilty like, oh, I should not do this. But there's a problem, or it could be more than one, but this is something that it happens often, is that we start comparing and then we say we can't have this level of, of production, of technical knowledge about how he or she behaves in front of the camera, everything. So, by the way, I don't have lights in my background, so let me do this. shame on me. Let's have some nice lights, and I have these green lights because I want so. That's okay. Let me get different colors. Let me try this. Today it will be time to try new things. So this is kind of a shuffled option, so who cares? So as I was saying, we tend to make this comparison, and we may feel that we are not good enough, or we won't reach that level. We will be afraid, scared, because they are so good. I will never reach that level. I will never be as good as them. As long as you don't start doing things, I'm pretty sure that you won't be able to be as good as them. I'm sure if you won't start, you won't be able to be as good as them. That's the first thing. The other thing is that you should have in mind, and well, there's lots of things, but let me cover these two that I'm thinking about right now. First, I believe that most of the content creators, when they started, they were awful. Some of them, at least. They were not, how can I say, comfortable in front of the camera or in front of the microphone. They didn't have the best camera in the market. They didn't have the most amazing microphone. Even the content, it could be a little bit not so good. Okay, so this is one lesson that I've learned. Also, the other content creators that I know, that I talk with, most of them were not as good as they are right now. They started slowly. They start in a lower, how can I say, quality videos or content. Okay, so this is something that you should have in mind. As I like to say this all the time, check the content of your favorite creators when they were beginners like you are right now. This could be a nice way for you to understand that there's always evolution, improvement, and you should follow that path as well. Also, have in mind, and this is important, that sometimes we won't be the most amazing content creator. It's not because I won't be Frank Sinatra that I would kind of give up being a singer. It's not because I will be Shakira, Beyonce, Taylor Swift that I will give up. I'm not going to be a singer or whatever. So we should have that in mind as well. It's not because I'm going to be reach the level of Michael Jordan or Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, whatever, that I won't be doing what I like to do. And somehow you could be good as well. So you don't have to be the number one to be amazing. You don't have to be the superstar to be helpful. So have this in mind as well. So allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to improve. Allow yourself to make your process and progress slowly, fastly. It depends. There's no one formula, magic formula, which will fit everybody. So have that in mind. Go look to other content creators to get inspiration, to get ideas, not to get afraid or this kind of not so good feelings. Next question. By the way, feel free to make some questions while we are live. Don't be shy, because I'm here to talk with you, to, to engage somehow. So let's see what else we have here. Ba-da-da-dum. Okay, there's a nice one. How the feedback from the audience could be used to grow as a content creator. Amazing question. And let me share this with you. The first thing, and this is, how can I say, this is kind of intuitive, that you should be doing, is which feedback you should wait in the hour of picking the right feedback. Why? Because, and I'm talking about my experience. When I started, after a couple of years, nobody was giving feedback. No, I'm joking. But the thing is, at least at the beginning. Then people understood that this was my identity and how I do things and how I like to do my stuff. And you should be really, how can I say, have a nice criteria when evaluating your feedback sources, about how you pick the right feedbacks, also how to understand feedbacks, because sometimes the way the feedback it's giving to us could not could be not so good, if you know what I mean. So you need, sometimes there's some noise around the feedback, and there's a good message there, but sometimes it has lots of noises, and we need to clean somehow that feedback. So the first thing is understand who's the person giving you the feedback, and again, does he or she fits that two personas, two, how can I say it? Yeah, two personas, two ideal feedback providers for me. And don't forget, I said this last week, and I'm going to repeat it today because it's important. You should be the first source of feedback for you. Okay, so if you create your content, if you don't look to your content afterwards, if you don't see if it resonates with your personality, if you don't feel comfortable doing what you're doing, maybe you should rethink about the way you're doing things. But there are two kind of people that should be your main source of feedback. This doesn't matter that you should not listen to others, of course not, but these ones, they could provide you, like I could say, a more accurate source of feedback. Those persons that already made your path, like those creators that kind of, they are your wannabe. I want to be like that person, or I like the way that creator does things. They could be a nice source of feedback because they already went to that ladder. They know how things work, your pains, your sufferings, your anxieties, your mistakes. Probably they made your mistakes as well. So you could ask them, or you should, how can I say, you should acknowledge their feedback, and also those persons that are your target audience, those people which could tell you that you're talking about their pains, you're covering their anxieties, your content resonates with them, they inspire, they help them. These are the two main personas that you should embrace at the time that you want to get feedback. Also, and I mentioned the noise thing, sometimes there's lots of, how can I say, different categories of, let's say it like this, of feedbacks. Those which are kind of hateful, useless. Okay, so let's forget them. Those that come from trolls, whatever, should not think about them. But sometimes there's this negative feedback that at the beginning they could be hurtful, they may cause some harm, and we can get, how can I say, sad or mad or frustrated. But the thing is, take a deep breath, go out for a little, and then get back to that feedback and read it or listen to it slowly, without any prejudice, so you can understand if it's there some space for improvement for you. Like, okay, maybe I should rethink the way I'm doing things. Maybe there's some things I can do about this. Let me try, because sometimes we are just, the thing is, we only have a point of view. That's one of our problems. We don't have this 360 degrees position, which we can be the creator, the audience, the customer, whatever. So we don't have this full range of positions, and sometimes it's good to clean, as I said, all the noise from not so good feedback, and then understand what can I get from this, which is positive for me. Okay. Also, you should understand, and that you should pick a way. You should pick a path, because if we hear, let me get, for instance, let me use my background as an example. If every time that someone comes to me and says, okay, your background should be pink, and then I turn it to pink, and then someone says it should be green, and then I pick the green. Have this in mind as well. And as a business owner, you should think about this as well. Sometimes you have to put, like, in drawers or so, or in buckets, the things that people tell you, and understand, is this useful for me? Is this, how can I say, relevant to my business? If yes, and if there's kind of this enough amount of ideas that makes you think about them, maybe I can change. Maybe this can make sense. For instance, if you are selling ice cream and there's a lot of people asking about a given flavor, you should consider about having it. If there's just one people over 1,000 asking about that flavor, maybe it doesn't make that sense. Have this in mind as well. Let's go to another question. Okay, how can I create a workflow, an efficient workflow to maximize productivity? That's an amazing question. The best way for, and this is one of my passions, is how to optimize the workflow. I want to make the maximum without the less effort. This is how I work. So you can get some inspiration, but the thing is, again, is that every one of us, we are unique. So sometimes we take more time preparing the content, or we may take sometimes creating the content, or we can take more time editing, sharing the content. It depends. It's kind of very, how can I say, personal. So my thing is, you should split the tasks, like, okay, ideation, preparing, producing, editing, sharing, evaluating, and then in each one of them you can check the tasks you need to do. Okay, like brainstorming, I need to edit in the video editor, and then I need to use this tool to make whatever. So you could, because by splitting the tasks, you can understand where is your time going, where you can improve, where you can save time, where you can adjust. And with that, you can make your process more efficient. Another thing, another important thing is to get nice information about this. You need to do this a lot, because if you do one thing and then you think that you have enough information to start adjusting, probably you're wrong. If you record a video every 6 months, maybe you don't have enough information. So you need to do this repeatedly. You should do this often. You should do this like a crazy, so you can start looking at things and optimizing. There's this thing. Okay, so do things, and then you will start understanding, because this is kind of like almost automatic. And this is another thing that I love doing, which is evaluating, like how is my content going, how good it is, how insightful it is, how easy it is to implement. Because there's this thing, sometimes we like to look wise, and the thing is, people may look at us, may listen to us, and they say, oh, this guy is wise, it's smart, it's whatever. But the thing is, how can I implement this in my situation, in my case? Oh, I don't know. So we are missing as creators if the content we are sharing, it's not easy to applicate in the other side. So do it, look at the process, understand where you can improve. For instance, if you are doing tasks, and by these days this is pretty easy to tell if I'm doing things that, for instance, the AI can help us doing them, awesome. Okay, because there's some tasks that you don't need to do, or you don't need to spend that much time doing them, because AI could help with that. So let's go to the next question. By the way, if you are watching me right now live, feel free to ask. Don't be shy. I would love to hear from you, because there's lots of things that we can talk. Okay, I'm gonna reply to, I don't know, maybe a couple of questions more, and then I will be ending this live show. Next week, hopefully, I'll be back. So don't forget. By the way, don't forget to follow. Don't forget to put a like in the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Do everything to help me, comment, whatever. You should share this as well with your relatives, with your beloved ones. If you are at the beach, if there's someone by your side, share this with them. If you are at the bar having a drink, share this with the bartender. I'm pretty sure they will love. If you are at the hairdresser, share this with the hairdresser. Okay, let's share. Okay, so let's go for... Okay, this one, it's good as well. Okay, let me pick this one, these last two, because I like them. How to make network efficiently inside a community of content creators. Nice question. First thing, networking, it's about what you can give and now not about what you can get. Okay, write it down. I'm gonna repeat this for the last time. Networking, it's about what you can give and not about what you can get. Once this is said, not sad. That's crazy. They look pretty similar. Okay, you should find those creators that they have kind of the same flow as you, the same mood, also which have somehow the same kind of following as you, are the target audience that you want to reach. Okay, and follow them, interact with them. This is something that it's important, and unfortunately I don't see this as often, which is, we follow some influencers, some creators in the different platforms, okay, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, wherever. We see the videos, or we watch the videos, or we listen to their podcasts, but the thing is, we don't interact with them, because I don't want to know that someone knows that I'm listening to them or seeing their videos. I don't want, because I'm too proud to show you that. Okay, I think that I have a nice sound for that. Okay, it should be somewhere. Let me. No, not this one. Okay. Yeah, something like this. So the thing is, let's think about reciprocity. This is one of the first things that we should feel, think when we are thinking about this. If we are constantly commenting, liking, sharing content from other creators, at some point they may feel the, can I say, the duty. They may feel the same thing with about your content, like, oh, that person is sharing, it's commenting, so let's, at least they will want to take a look at your content to understand what you're doing, what you're saying, whatever, and then they may feel this thing that I want to acknowledge them as well. I want to acknowledge him or her as well. Let me comment, let me share. This is one of the first step. And probably, and this happened with me. For instance, when I used to do shows with guests, having this kind of approach, I had these invitations as well, which helped me to be in front of other audiences, and this is pretty nice. So this is something that you can do and you should do, obviously. You should also think about having guests. Okay, like, okay, I want to have an interview. I want to have you so you can be exposed to my audience. My audience has the chance to have a different point of view, a different voice that they could listen to, and this will improve somehow their knowledge, the contents that they are seeing, listening, and this is good as well. You will learn too. Okay, there's this thing about having guests. It's an amazing way for us as creators to learn, because one of the things that I do when I have a guest is that sometimes I pick their brains. Okay, some, if not most of the questions I used to make them are my own questions. So there's an amazing opinion. There's an amazing way for you to learn, to get more insights, and you can get more wise by doing this. So that's one of the reasons you should have this thing. Another thing that I do often with creators to create network is when there's, for instance, a brand asking me to review their products, mainly when in the Amazon ecosystem, one of the things I ask frequently is, are you looking for other creators? And most of the times they say yes. And I say, well, I have some that could be a good fit for you as well. So I reached out to them, and there's this thing. And the thing is, after some time, those creators that you recommended, they can come to you as well. I'm working with this brand. I think you are a good fit for them. I think the brand is a good fit for you. So let's put yourself, let me introduce you so you can have them as in your portfolio of collaborations. And this is something that happens. Okay, this is not kind of a dream. This happens. And again, networking, it's about what you can give, not about what you can get. Even though you will get, that's natural, that's organic. So think about it. Last question. And this one is good as well. Which signs do you have when it's time to pivoting or adapting your style of content? Okay, this is, for me, this was kind of automatic. Again, as I said before, I like to look at my content. I like to evaluate all the time so I can understand if I'm doing good or not. So, one reason for you to understand if you need to switch or you need to adapt first is the feedback that you get, which doesn't have to be written. Is are people watching your videos? Are people consuming your content, listening to your podcast, reacting, sharing? If not, probably there's a reason behind it that you need to switch somehow. Another thing is when you start getting questions about other things related to what you're talking about. This could be a sign, as I said before when I mentioned the feedback, this could be a sign that you should cover other topics, that you should adapt your content, because again, we only have one point of view, our. And the thing is, we should think all the time that we are not creating content to ourselves. We are creating content for other people. Okay? And if we kind of blindly follow our beliefs without listening to others, without caring about what others are saying to us, we will lose. So we should understand, if I'm talking all the time about marketing and people in the comments or DMs or email or whatever, they ask, oh, maybe you can talk about how you do live streaming, how you pick the right microphone, how you pick the lights, how you pick the topics you want to talk about, how you prepare a live show. Maybe it's time for me to adapt my content, and start talking about live streaming, because the audience with that, it's really helpful. They want to help you. So listen to them. And also another thing that could help you by choosing or to make you understand when it's time to adapt or pivoting is what the market it's asking, okay? And we should be really aware about what's happening in the surroundings. So if we are talking all the time about how to train dinosaurs and we look around and we see that there's no dinosaurs, maybe it's time for us to pivot to another things, how to train dogs, how to train cats, how to train turtles. So that's something we should be aware. We should be, how can I say, looking after, paying attention to the surroundings, so we understand that our content it's covering a real need from the market. If not, well, we can create the need. That's another story. But sometimes we don't do it, and sometimes things. Hello, Oscar. So we should be aware all the time about it. So this came to the end. Okay, really sad. Don't forget to. If you just arrived right now, feel free to make your questions if you have something. I will be doing this kind of live shows maybe monthly, like covering questions that people send me via DM or in the comments or in the street, or there's a pigeon coming. Don't be afraid to put your questions, because this could be your question could be the same question of other 100 people or 1,000, 1 million, and with that you will be helping everybody. Don't forget as well to put like in this video. Don't forget to share with your beloved ones. With if there's someone by your side in the bus, in the metro, you can share with them. Okay. Also, don't forget to recommend the video, to what else? Subscribe, follow, ask friendship. It's up to you. I will be back next week. For those of you Portuguese speaking people, tomorrow it's time to another episode of the Creador Content. I don't know yet what I've been talking about, but it will be for sure interesting. See you soon. Bye bye. Enjoy the rest of the week, the rest of the day, and have a nice one. Bye bye.